Sandra here from Creating Spain, and today I've got just a little idea for you that you may not have considered, and it's to do with notebooks and journals and so on and so forth. Now, there are people who have binding machines, and then there are people like me that don't have binding machines. But maybe you have a favourite notebook that's got a cover that you really like, or maybe it has sentimental value, and so on and so forth. And maybe you want to either add some new pages to it, or you need to completely replace the pages inside. Now, sometimes you're lucky and your notebook might be a standard size and you can find a refill for it, in which case, not a problem. And other times it's not standard size and you can't find a refill for it, and then that does become more of a problem. Well, you can design your own interior pages. You can even put little logos or pictures or colour them or whatever you want to do to them. But it's relatively easy to do if you have a single spiral notebook. What do I mean by single spiral? I mean the one that looks like a spring, basically, that goes through the holes. The other ones are not quite so easy to do. You can sometimes force them apart and then reclose them. It's just not quite as easy to do it. But it's worth attempting if you want to save your covers. And if you're really stuck, or if, for example, you want to make a completely new notebook, you can actually make your own spiral just by rolling a piece, or winding, I should say, not rolling, winding a piece of decent gauge wire around, say, a wooden spoon or something like that. You do need to try and make sure that you are aware of how wide your spiral is going to be, because that will affect where you put your holes. If I take these holes, if, for example, I put these holes really quite close to the edge, then my spiral needs to be of a width that it can get around that edge of the paper and in through the hole. If I were to have it over here, obviously my spiral would need to be an awful lot bigger. So just bear that in mind when you're making your spiral and when you're placing your holes. Regards the holes, all you need to do is make sure that you have your circle. You select your circle, you go to Object, you go to Duplicate, and you decide how far apart you need your circles to be. If you already have a notebook that you're replicating, you can measure that quite precisely. Use millimeters because it's going to be much more accurate. And also note where they actually start from the edge and the number that you need. So if you've got all those measurements, you can make this quite easily and it's not a problem. Now, before you place that there, you might want to make something like this, or you might want to make a rectangle. And the reason I say that is because you can put this on the edge of your page and you can make your own little tabs. Now, before you do that, take your page and copy it and paste it, or make several duplicates of it. The choice is yours, but you need to do that. And the reason why is because once you get that, you need to go to Path and you need to go to Union, and then it's going to be all one shape. So that would be your first lot. For your next one, you would simply make your oval slightly lower. So you'd make it so it come down there, and the next one would be further down, and so on and so forth until you finished. And then you would use these to make your duplicate pages. And so you'd simply put your holes in, make sure they're lined up where they need to be, and then you would do, 10 of this page, 10 of that page, and so on and so forth, until you had enough of the ones that you wanted. Now, I grant you, you're not going to want to do hundreds of pages this way, but if you just have a small notebook or a small journal or something like that that you want to top up, then it may be worth doing. Okay, so that's my tip of the day. And I hope you find it useful, and I hope you manage to add a few more pages to your prized notebook. Thanks a lot for watching. Take care. Bye bye.